We've all been in the pit, those seasons when life feels heavy, prayers seem unanswered, and hope feels distant. The pit can be a place of rejection, delay, betrayal, loss, or silent tears no one sees. It's where dreams appear buried and strength feels drained, where you begin to wonder if God still remembers your name. Yet, the pit is never a surprise to God. It is often a divine classroom, not a burial ground. God specializes in turning pits into palaces. He takes the places meant to break us and uses them to build us. What looks like an end is often the setup for elevation. In his hands, pain becomes preparation, delay becomes development, and the pit becomes the pathway to purpose. God uses the pit to refine our character, deepen our faith, and prepare us for the weight of glory ahead. The pit experience. Pits are places of broken dreams, pain, isolation, uncertainty, struggle, and moments where we feel forgotten. They can feel dark, lonely, and overwhelming. Yet it is often in these low places that God does his deepest and most powerful work in us. The pit strips away self-reliance and teaches us total dependence on God. As the psalmist declared, God hears our cry from the pit, lifts us out, sets our feet upon a rock, and establishes our steps. Psalm 40:1-3. The pit may be painful, but it is purposeful. God's process of elevation. First, God sees you. Even when others forget you, God does not. Joseph was thrown into a pit and later imprisoned, but God's eyes never left him. Genesis 37-24. God sees your tears, your faithfulness, and your endurance. Second, God sends help. In his perfect timing, God releases divine intervention, whether through people, resources, or supernatural acts. Peter's deliverance from prison reminds us that God responds to prayer and sends help right on time. Acts 12:5-11. Third, God turns situations around. He is the God of divine reversals. Esther's story shows us how God can shift moments of danger into doors of destiny. Esther 4:14. Finally, God gives purpose to the pain. Your pit is never wasted. God uses your experiences to bring comfort, healing, and strength to others. 2 Corinthians 1-3-4. Palace promises. When God brings you into the palace, you will experience his presence in deeper ways. For in his presence is fullness of joy. Psalm 16:11. God also grants influence and impact, positioning you to touch lives, shift atmospheres, and advance his kingdom, just as Esther was positioned for such a time as this. Esther 4:14. In the palace, God fulfills his promises and breathes life into dreams that once seemed impossible. Psalm 118:5. The palace is not about pride or status. It is about stewardship, service, and purpose. Walking from pit to palace, our role in the journey is to trust God's timing, knowing that every season has its appointed time. Ecclesiastes 3:1. We must hold firmly to faith, even when circumstances contradict the promise. Hebrews 11:1. Above all, we must remain humble and teachable, for God exalts the humble in due time. 1 Peter 5-6. The posture of your heart determines the height of your elevation. Conclusion. From the pit to the palace, God's journey with you is intentional, redemptive, and filled with purpose. The pit is not your final destination. It is a place of transformation, alignment, and divine preparation. What the enemy meant for destruction, God uses for distinction. Every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered, and every season you endured is working together for your elevation. As you remain faithful and trust God's process, he will lift you at the appointed time. He will turn your mourning into dancing, your ashes into beauty, and your scars into testimonies of his power. Your life will declare God's faithfulness and reveal his glory. Keep walking, keep believing, and keep trusting, because the same God who met you in the pit is the God who will seat you in the palace. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. This message is brought to you by Answered Prayer Network Outreach Ministry. God bless you all in Jesus' name. Amen.